Before the Republic, before the Jedi, before the Sith, there was the Infinite Empire, the Rakata. A series of brutal conquerors who ruled the galaxy for 10,000 years, enslaving hundreds of worlds and billions of beings. Their secret was the Force, but not as the Jedi or Sith understand it. The Rakata used the dark side of the Force to power their technology, their warships, their weapons, their Star Forge, all powered by the dark side itself. They fell, eventually, consumed by plague, civil war, and slave revolts. Their empire crumbled, their worlds were abandoned, and the galaxy forgot them. But what if they came back? What if the Rakata, Infinite Empire, sleeping for 20,000 years, suddenly returned? Rakata died when the Infinite Empire fell. On the hidden world of Leon, deep in the unknown regions, a faction of Rakata survived. They placed themselves in stasis, suspended between life and death, waiting for the galaxy to forget them. Their technology preserved. Their warships maintained by automated systems. Their Star Forge, the greatest weapon ever built, orbiting a dead star in the heart of the unknown regions. For 20,000 years they slept. And for 20,000 years, their automated systems monitored the galaxy, waiting for the right moment to wake their masters. In the original timeline, Revan found the Star Forge first, and the Rakata never awakened. But in this timeline, the automated systems detect something that changes everything. A galaxy torn apart by war. The Jedi Civil War. The perfect moment to return. The Rakata awaken to a galaxy that has forgotten them. The Republic, the Sith, the Jedi. None of them remember the Infinite Empire. None of them are prepared for what is coming. The Rakata's first act is to reactivate the Star Forge. This is not the half-functioning facility that Revan found. This is the Star Forge at full power, drawing on the dark side energy of the entire unknown regions to produce warships, weapons, and droids at a rate that makes the Republic's factories look like workshops. Within days, the Rakata have a fleet larger than the Republic and Sith combined. Within weeks, they have an army that outnumbers every military force in the galaxy. And within months, they are ready to begin the reconquest. The Rakata do not declare war. They do not send ambassadors or ultimatums. They simply arrive. A fleet of thousands of warships, each powered by the dark side, each more advanced than anything the Republic or Sith have ever seen, emerges from hyperspace above the first target world. The planet's defenses are overwhelmed in minutes. Population is enslaved in hours, and the fleet moves on, leaving behind a garrison of Rakata warriors and dark side-powered battle droids. World after world falls in the same way. The Republic's fleets are too small, too slow, too primitive to resist. The Sith's armies, already weakened by the Jedi Civil War, are crushed by enemies who fought wars before the Sith even existed. The Jedi and Sith face a unique problem. The Rakata were using the dark side of the Force to power their civilization before either order existed. The techniques the Rakata possess are not merely ancient. They are primordial. Dark side rituals that can strip a Jedi of their connection to the Force. Weapons that are powered by the Force itself, making them immune to conventional defenses. Battle strategies refined over 10,000 years of continuous warfare. The Jedi's lightsabers, the Sith's Force lightning, even the most powerful dark side sorcery. All of it is primitive compared to what the Rakata wield. For the first time, both Jedi and Sith realize that they are not the masters of the Force. They are merely students who have forgotten their teachers. In the original timeline, Revan used the Star Forge at a fraction of its capacity, and nearly conquered the Republic. In this timeline, the Rakata used the Star Forge at full power, and the result is beyond anything the galaxy has ever seen. Thousands of warships produced every day. Millions of battle droids manufactured every hour. Weapons, armor, supplies, all created from raw dark side energy, unlimited and unstoppable. The Republic and Sith cannot compete with a factory that violates the laws of thermodynamics. For every ship they destroy, the Star Forge produces 10 more. For every army they defeat, the Star Forge creates 3 more. The war becomes not a contest of strategy or courage, but a simple mathematical equation that the Rakata win by default. The Rakata do not rule through governance. They rule through slavery. Every conquered world becomes a labor camp. Every surviving being becomes a slave. Humans, Twi'leks, Wookiees, Duros, all are equal in their subjugation. The Rakata use their dark side technology to suppress resistance, to crush hope, to break the will of entire population. Slaves who resist are fed to the Star Forge as raw material. Slaves who submit are worked to death in factories and mines. There is no middle ground. There is no negotiation. There is only servitude or death. The galaxy learns what it means to be conquered by a species that does not recognize the concept of mercy. Faced with extinction, the Jedi and Sith do something unprecedented. They join forces. Not because they trust each other, not because they have forgotten centuries of hatred, but because the alternative is annihilation. The Jedi contribute their connection to the light side of the Force. The Sith contribute their knowledge of the dark side. Together, they attempt to understand and counter Rakata technology. It is the first time in galactic history that Jedi and Sith have fought side by side. And for a brief, desperate moment, it works. They find a weakness in Rakata, dark side technology. It can be disrupted by a concentrated blast of pure Force energy, neither light nor dark, but the Force in its raw, unaligned state. The final battle takes place at Leon, the Rakata homeworld, and the location of the Star Forge. The combined Jedi-Sith fleet, the largest assembled in galactic history, assaults the Rakata defensive perimeter. The battle is catastrophic. Ships burn on both sides. Jedi and Sith die by the thousands. But they pushed through, reaching the Star Forge itself. There, a team of Jedi Masters and Sith Lords works together to generate the largest concentrated Force blast in history. A wave of pure Force energy that disrupts the Star Forge's dark side core. The Star Forge destabilizes. Its automated systems fail. Its production lines stop. And then, in a cataclysmic explosion visible across the sector, the greatest weapon ever built destroys itself, taking the Rakata's last hope of reconquest with it. This timeline is a warning about the dangers of forgetting the past. The Republic, the Jedi, and the Sith all believed they were the pinnacle of civilization. They forgot that entire empires had risen and fallen before them. They forgot that the Force had been wielded by species far more powerful and far more ruthless than themselves. The Rakata returned because the galaxy was not watching. Because the Republic was too busy fighting itself. Because the Jedi and Sith were too busy fighting each other. And billions died because no one remembered the ancient threat sleeping in the unknown regions. The lesson is clear. History is not just a record of the past. It is a warning about the future. And those who forget it are doomed to repeat it. This has been Noctvara Studio. Subscribe for more dark timelines from the Old Republic era.